K11, hypotenuse-leg theorem. For a hypotenuse leg, you have to have a hypotenuse and a leg. And to have a hypotenuse, you have to have a right angle. Just a little bit of a refresher here. If not a refresher, then we're actually learning something. What kind of triangle is that? This is a right triangle. Why is it a right triangle? Because there's a right angle. The thing about a right triangle is if you know that you have a right angle, then you will always have a hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is always opposite where the right angle is. It's always the slanted side. It's always not the 90-degree angle part of it. And so the H stands for hypotenuse. Hypotenuse. And then the other two sides that make up the right angle, this one and this one, these are called legs. Okay, both of them are legs, and then you have a hypotenuse. So if you know you have a right triangle, and you know your hypotenuse is congruent to the other hypotenuse, and you know one of the other legs is congruent to the other leg, then we have hypotenuse leg, and then the triangles are congruent. So what is the value of V and W to make these congruent? Okay, so we have 19 is going to go with W. 48 is going to go with V. Well, okay, this is fairly self-explanatory. I would think 19 would be W, and W is by itself, so W is 19, and V is 48. V is by itself, so V equals 48. There wasn't any work to do on that. That won't be the case on the rest of them. Okay, come back here. Okay. Do a little bit of highlighting again. The 9x is going to go with the 18. The y is going to go with the 41. Well, looky there, the y and the 41. Y equals 41. There was no work to be done. And then the x. The 9x equals 18. Well, I don't care what 9x equals. I want to know what x equals. How am I going to get x by itself? We're going to divide by the 9 because that's what's multiplied by the x. So the x is by itself, and 18 divided by 9 is 2. So x is 2. All of these are saying the same thing, so I'm not going to read everything together. And then the V plus 41 is going to go with the 42. The 15 is going to go with the W plus 8. So if I have V plus 40, that's plus 41, and that's supposed to equal 42. How do I get V by itself? I'm going to subtract 41. And the 41's cancel out, and 42 minus 41 is 1, so V is 1. Then W plus 8 equals 15. Subtract 8, the 8's cancel out. The W's by itself. 15 minus 8 is 7. 1 and 7. U plus 42 is going to be with the 7U. V plus 12 is going to be with the... I thought I changed colors. V plus 12 is going to be with the 4V. So we have 4V equals V plus 12. Okay. Here's a V and here's a V. They're not all together. So we're going to subtract this V. We're going to subtract this V. That V goes away. 4 minus 1 is 3. The 12 comes down. We're going to divide by 3. The 3's cancel out. We're going to divide by 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So V is 4. U plus 42 equals 7U. We're going to subtract the 1U. We're going to subtract the 1U. 42 equals 6U. I'm going to scrunch up a little bit. And then divide by... I didn't do that. Obviously I did, but you know, it's always fun to say that I didn't. Divide by 6 and divide by 6, and U is 7. U is 7. Okay, a little bit more. What is 2W plus 16 the same as? 5W minus 17. So 2W plus 16 equals 5 W minus 17. We're going to subtract the 2W and get 3W. We're going to add the 17, bring the equal sign down where it's supposed to be, and get 33. We're going to divide by 3, and our W equals 11, and our W equals 11. And V plus 38 equals 20V. Subtract the 1V, 38 equals 19V. We're going to divide by 19, and divide by 19, and V is 2. V is 2. Okay. On this one, they both have V's and W's in them. Can't really do anything with that because I don't know what V is or I don't know what W is. But on the other part of it, these do just have V's, so I'm going to mess with them. So V plus 15 equals 2V. I'm going to subtract that V. I'm going to subtract that V, and 15 comes down, and 2 minus 1 is 1, and 1V is the same thing as V, so V is 15. Okay? Now, everywhere there's a 15, everywhere there's a V, I'm going to put 15. But the 6 is still there. So if it's 6V, it's 6 times 15 plus W minus 18. And that is supposed to be the same as V plus 4W. And what's V? 15 plus 4W. 6 times 15, 90. I'm going to put a 1 with the W so you don't lose it. Okay. I'm going to subtract that 15, and I'm going to subtract that 1, W, and I'm going to put all 3 of these together because they are all like terms, even though they have different signs. 18 and 15 is 33. 90 minus 33 is 57. 4 minus 1 is 3. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. If that would have been 60, it would have been 20, so that's going to be 19, and W is 19. That's it.